Hey my friends, what's going on? Keder here on a beautiful day, my friends. So in this video today, guys, we're gonna be talking about 8 secrets to financial freedom. So pound that for watching this video. Pow! I hope that you get a lot of value from it. Okay, so let's talk about 8 secrets to financial wealth. Okay, number 1, it is income is not wealth. This is something that you must understand. You really want to understand. You might have a high-paying income job, but it doesn't mean that it is wealth. Now, the cool thing is that if you do have a high-paying income job, it could be a great start to build wealth. So, for example, someone that has a high-paying income job, like you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, so you getting paid on a higher value. So you're making over 6 figures, right? Most of the people with this profession, they might have a high income. Okay, you have a high income, but it's not wealth. See, wealth, it is something that can generate income without your presence. That's what wealth is. If you have to be there in order for you to create income, it is not wealth, because you have to be there. That's what they talk about, generational wealth. You know, something that you can pass on to your kids, because you don't even have to be there anymore. So let's say, for example, let's take someone who's a doctor who has a high-paying income versus someone who's built businesses, like someone who has a car wash, for example, or maybe a parking lot, or who have stocks and bonds. They have wealth that they don't have to be here in order for them to create income. That's why I create those businesses, because those are wealth that you can pass on to your kids, right? That's different, because you don't have to be there in order for you to create income. So if you want to create financial freedom, number 1, you have to learn how to create wealth, not just income. Now, if you have a job, you might increase your income in order for you to be able to create those wealth, because in order for you to create wealth, it's going to require some type of income factor in order for you to get there. Okay? Number two, you got to spend less than you make. That's a big one. Now, a lot of people focus on, hey, you know what? I want to make more money. I want to make more money. And not realizing people that are athletes in the world, people who get paid the most, actors, sometimes those people go bankrupt. And for the most part, the people who say, I want to make more, they're not even looking into making millions. But yet, some people that has millions, they still have nothing left at the end of their career or at the end of their life, whatever the case is, they have nothing left because of the fact that this principle is ignored. You always want to spend less than you make, because that's how you're gonna dig a big hole for yourself, where you're gonna find yourself, hey, you're working hard, you're making stuff happen, but yet at the end of the month you don't have no money. It's like someone said that, hey, if at the end of the month you have more bills than money, you will always find yourself on this wheel where you're spending, you can never catch up. Now, the definition of having wealth, the only way for you to have more money at the end of the month, right, is to either increase your revenue or lower your costs. Now you choose which one is easier for you to do. In most people's cases, it's easier for them to reduce their cost of living or their cost of their business, their cost of expenses, versus to just raise the amount of revenue that you make. So right now, if you're watching this video and you don't have any way right now, completely at the instant, at the moment, to increase your revenue, you might want to consider looking into lowering your costs for now, so that you can have available income from whatever you're already making right now. If you lower your cost of living, guess what? At the end of the month now, you're gonna have some surplus of income. Okay, so next thing you must understand, that true freedom is control of your time. He who can control his time is wealthy. Okay, true wealth is control over your time. Now, when you can create control over your time and you can do whatever you want with your time, someone is not dictating what you're gonna do today. Like, today is any day of the week, and you dictate what today is gonna look like for you. This is priceless. Now, when someone else has to dictate what your day is gonna look like, although you might be, doing something that pays you, but again, if someone is dictating how your day is gonna look like, the passion is gonna decrease. So there's gonna be less passion. Now, when you can have your time to do whatever you want with your day, guess what's gonna increase? your passion. Now, when you start working on tasks that actually have to do with your passion, that helps you develop your passion, now you start getting yourself to a whole next level, because now you control your time. And he who can control his time, it's gonna be so powerful, okay, for them. Number 4, grade have no correlation with wealth. Understand that. I remember in high school when I was going to classes, my guidance counselor always told me, hey Keder, you know, you want to be an honor roll student, you know, so that you can be the greatest in life, you know. And what I do after I left high school years later, I checked out on the valedictorian, the people that was always on the honor roll. Most of them are not doing that well. I don't know for you. Maybe you can check back on those people. See, those people, most of them don't have generational wealth. What you need to realize is not the grades that you get in school, is not being an A+ student that's gonna actually get you to become financially free. You could be a regular student, like a good student, if you can actually go in there and learn skill set that can you can actually project in the real world right now, and you can create and build a business with those skill set. You're more likely to be wealthy than someone who's getting A's in every classes, who knows everything in the book, who's a good test taker, who's getting A's in all the classes and retaining information. You're just an information retainer. See, when you're just an information retainer, it's totally different than applying that information in the real world. Which one would you rather? A doctor that has every knowledge on how to do things, or someone but they never perform a surgery? Which one would you choose? Yeah, you have this guy over here. He's been a student in all his classes, right? In everything. And you know this guy, he knows everything in the book. He's been a great tester. But then you have this doctor, he was a B student, but he already operated over 175 people with 100% success rate in their eyes. Which one would you rather choose? The person who knows all the information, or the person who was a B student, right? But yet his operation rate has been 100% successful. Which one are you gonna choose? The guy with the information, or the person with the knowledge? I mean, with the transformation. So that's how the world works. The world does not reward the person that knows things, but it rewards the person who can go out there and perform whatever knowledge that they have. They can actually take it out there and create something with it. Okay? Number 5, for you to create financial freedom, you must live in abundance. A lot of the time, we're thinking that, hey, you know what? There's not much in the world for me. We're living from a mindset of lack. Because if you're gonna reach financial freedom, you could be there and think, hey, you know what? This little job, that's what I have. This amount of money that I'm getting paid, that's the most that I can get paid. Or maybe I can get $20 more, or $10 more, or $2 raise, or $1 raise. Maybe you cap your mind to a point of thinking, hey, this is all that I can get. Now, to reach financial freedom and financial wealth, you must live from an abundance perspective. You must understand that me reaching financial freedom does not stop you from reaching financial freedom. Whatever time, wherever place that you're actually watching this video, 1% wealth does not stop you from accumulating whatever that you want. So you must understand that. If you see someone reach financial freedom, it doesn't mean that you can't get it yourself. So put that in perspective. It's going to help you big time into understanding why this stuff is possible for yourself. Right, so number 6 now. Number 6, in order for you to reach financial freedom, you have to get paid per value, not per time. Now, if you've always been acquainted to whether you're a doctor, you're getting paid per time, your time is always limited. It doesn't matter how much you get paid, whether it's $1,000 an hour, whether it's $10 an hour. Why is time limited? Because it's a limited supply. God only made 24 in a day for everyone. So we calculate it as 24 hours in a day for everyone. So nobody can create more time. So if your equation to income is to time, which means you only have 24 hours in a day, you capped. Because time is capped at 24 hours. Now, the reason why you want to get paid per value, not per time, you can create something that is valuable to a lot of people. You just have to increase the amount of people that this thing extends to. Like, for example, this mic that I'm recording this video right now. If I wanted to sell this mic, I bought this mic, it was $1,000 mic. So if I wanted to make $10,000, I didn't have to work 10 hours more. I just have to sell 10 of those, then it would make $10,000 if the product was mine. Now let's say I wanted to make 100K. All I had to do was 10x the amount of people that gets to this product. It doesn't matter if I do it in 24 hours or it doesn't matter if I do it in 1 hour time. If I could use the internet, maybe make a video or a review and get that mic in front of thousands of people through time doesn't even matter anymore. Now if 1,000 people buy it in an hour, I'll 10x or 100x my revenue versus me having to work per hour. So that's why if you're gonna reach financial freedom, you always wanna think about, how can I work on something that will be valuable to a lot of people versus just my time in equation to income? Because time in equation to income will always cap you to a certain level because you're always limited in the amount of time there is in a day. Understand that, all right? So the last one, number 7, in order for you to reach financial freedom, guys, number 7, you only receive in the proportion that you're given. Think about this one deep. You only receive in the proportion that you're given. Now, this is what's gonna stop a lot of people from reaching wealth versus a lot of people who actually get there. So if you take that, what I'm saying right now, and this will blow your mind, it'll open your mind big time. I have a friend of mine. He works for this guy who has a company. I actually get to meet him. His name is Mr. Rosen. He lives in Orlando. He has all this property, hotels, resorts where people can actually come and they can stay. It's a huge resort with everything, food, pools, everything, all accommodation. And I was talking to him, and I remember him telling me his story. When he got started, he only had $20,000. That was back then, right? He only had $20,000. He bought his first hotel, not his first house, his first hotel. And then he started working from the hotel. He was the first one working in there, so he was doing everything from the cashier, from the person who actually takes the towel to the people, from the person who's counting the money at night. But he had a bigger vision and a bigger dream. So from then, he accumulated enough money to buy a second property, and then from then he accumulated enough money to buy a second one and a second one. Now he has over 10 properties. He's a billionaire. So now my question to him was, what makes you accumulated this amount of value? And the answer was, if I thought about buying a house, I could have bought a house to live in. It would have cost me $20,000 or less, right, for me. But when you think about something that can impact more than just yourself, now you're gonna start generating wealth. So right now, if you're at your job, you're only able to take care of your family, it's only creating for you. If you want to create generational wealth, you need to start thinking, how can you build something that can impact more than just you? Outside of your circle, outside of your family members, what can you build? What can you have that will impact more people than just yourself? So think about it. If you build a house and you're the only one staying in it, it cannot generate income. But if you have a hotel where thousands of people are coming in every single day, now you build a home not just for you, but for thousands of people who needs the service. Boom, you can go out there, you create enough income, you go buy yourself a car. It's a nice car, it's a luxury car. Or you can go and have a dealership where you have thousands of people, cars available for those thousands of people. So now that's gonna create income. So what you wanna think about, you only receive in the proportion that you're given. So if you're only giving it just for yourself to receive, your transformation or your impact, your wealth will be just as that. But if you do it where it can expand to reach thousands to millions of people, think about how it's going to impact your income and help you take your life to the next level. Now, those are the 7 secrets that I wanted to share with you. 7 principles on how you can become financially free. If you do find this video valuable, please like, share, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. That was your boy Keder. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys later. Pound out.